Hi, I'm Tracy Hales-Vass, writer, retired professor of creative writing, and founder of One Book, One Community. I now host Right on Four Corners every Wednesday, 10:30 to 11, when I'll talk to local and regional authors. So please join me Wednesdays here on 90.9 FM KSJE Farmington.
Roving with the Arts presents Music of Hope, Not Hate. My name is Mick Hess, and I will begin a 25-part series of music written by imprisoned Jewish musicians during World War II in Nazi prison camps. These ill-fated musicians and composers, ensnared in the Holocaust, prevailed by performing and composing music of profound importance and beauty. Their music will live forever. Please join me the second and fourth Tuesday of every month at 9 a.m. to discover their music.
Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and look who is with us again, joining us from the Encouragement Lab, none other than Dr. Mike Hattabaugh. Good morning, Dr. Hattabaugh.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us, as always, this week, and we are continuing kind of the series that started with the new year, and these are kind of things that you have learned over the last, 20 years or so that we've been in the new millennia, right?
Yeah, I was reflecting on our new year, and we were also looking forward to, and I was like, man, have I learned some things the past 20 years? Not the things I thought I would have learned, but
right.
I've learned some.
Interesting. And so we are going through some of these things that you have learned that maybe you weren't expecting to learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So today's is you can't go back, but the future will look a lot like it.
Okay. I think I get that, but explain.
Well, I see people reminisce all the time. So people my age and older, not your age, you're much younger than me. But I hear people my age reminisce about the past. If we could just go back,
right.
If we could just go back. And I'm always reminding them, go back to, I'll remember the negative things that used to happen in the past and go, do you want to go back to that? Well, no. And I'm like, well, then quit saying that. You can't go back. We don't want to go back. But the future will look a lot like it.
Okay. Help.
Because why? We recycle our beliefs. I was actually on a social media engagement this week. I'm kind of getting weird. I like to have fun on social media, and sometimes my posts, which are very innocuous, trigger people. And one of these posters posted something basically like, right now is the most horrific time in the history of the human world.
Oh my, that's quite a statement.
You're right. No, I mean, they didn't really quantify. I mean, I just, that's basically what they're saying is we've got to do things this way because it's the most horrible time ever. Well, this person's a millennial and that's their perspective. That's all they know.
Okay, I guess,
right. No, I don't think so. Right. But yet my perspective of that expands, I have more history behind it. And so a lot of us get our arms. So here's one for you that we've all heard, right? Is every election in my adult life has been the most important election of a lifetime.
Right. We hear that a lot.
And I'm just guessing. But in 4 years, I'm guessing you'll hear that again.
I put some money on that, Dr. Hattabaugh. I think you're probably right.
Right. And so that's my point here, right? Is calm down. We are going to repeat history, but quit trying to go back. There is no going back. There's only going forward, and that things going forward, some things will be better and some things will be worse. And some things you thought would make it better will make it worse, and some things you thought will make it worse will make it better. So that's just, to me, again, a platitude, so to speak. That I think is very much a truth that we have to engage and try to get away from these, most horrible ever, most wonderful ever mindset, because neither one is true.
Right. Well, I have a personal rule about using absolutes in almost anything, so I think that goes without saying when you're talking about stuff like this. And so, what about those who refuse to study history are doomed to repeat it? That old phrase.
Well, that will, except the problem is that the people that study history get it wrong.
Oh. Okay.
One of the debates we're having right now is whose history are we going to read?
Right.
How do you write history?
Well, the winners usually write it.
Right. That's right. But sometimes the winners were just the meanest people.
True. Well, true. Yeah. That's another.
So, yeah,
I think we're going to another show.
Guess what? Very different.
I think you're right. All right. Well, Dr. Mike Hattabaugh, thank you for joining us this week. Always gives us something to think about for sure. We'll talk to you next week.
You're welcome. See you.
All right. Thank you very much. That is Dr. Mike Hattabaugh. He's joining us live every Wednesday from the Encouragement Lab right here on KSJE Farmington.
A new topic, local favorites, will be featured every other Wednesday on Roving with the Arts with me, your host, Mick Hess. I'll be talking with local classical, jazz, and folk musicians about their favorite styles of music and hear musical excerpts that are some of their favorites. You'll even find out what kind of music they would want to hear if they were stranded on a Pacific island. Join me for some interesting and entertaining